Thanks for joining the Value Dude, the best value in DFS. Today's video will feature 5 DraftKings value picks for the 2021 Rocket Mortgage Classic. We'll also include a full course preview, 5 stat categories to focus on for research, and our 5 contrarian picks for you to gain leverage on GPP fields this week. So stay tuned. And we're back for the 2021 Rocket Mortgage Classic, Detroit Golf Club. This is my home state of Michigan. I'm really excited about this one. Par 72, 7,370 yards, POA, bentgrass fairways, and greens. We've got bluegrass rough. We've got the first stop on the John Ross portion of the PGA Tour. As far as design, he designed this so it's narrow, tree line, traditional to his design. It's a shot shapers course at first glance, but we'll expand more on that in just a few moments. It does demand precision and ball striking. We will see a ton of different variety of approach shots this week. This is the flattest course on the schedule, although it does have tricky undulating greens. Scoring this week should be dictated by the thickness of the rough and how slick those greens are. But all in all, we're going to have a birdie fest this week. -23 was Bryson's score as the defending champ. -25 for Nate Lashley prior to him. This is a course that cannot defend its par 5s from PGA Tour pros. 3 of 4 of these par 5s are pretty gettable eagles, meaning most of these guys are going to get 10, 11 looks at eagle this week on those par 5s. Now, whether they convert or not, if somebody converts at 3 or 4 of those, that's amazing. So we'll be looking for that this week. Given the fact that at first glance it looks like a shot shapers course, we're going to take advantage and rely more heavily on distance and par 5 scoring this week. The weather is going to be rainy for much of the early week, and that will soften up the greens to lower the scores this weekend. And so, given we have soft greens, we have a course layout that is very gettable, we have our 5 stat categories for you to focus on for value this week. Number 1, strokes gained off the tee. Bryson proved that this course can be dominated by distance. I believe that a lot of the field will come out with that strategy to come out and overpower this course, and it's been proven it can be done. So let's start there with gaining distance off the tee. Number 2, par 5 scoring. It's been proven here that we can come out and dominate the par 5s, so this category is critical. In fact, of the last 2 top 5s in the back-to-back tournaments here, there's been 7 players who ranked in the top 10 in this category out of those 10 players. And so we're looking at a very high indicator of success here at Detroit Golf Club, par 5 scoring. And number 3, eagles holes per. Distance is key this week, and converting those eagles is even more clutch. We're going to have 10 looks per long golfer this week at eagles. If they can drop 3 or 4, that's an amazing impact on score this week, and it'll be very important. And number 4, strokes gained approach 150 to 175. This week, this is our sweet spot. We've been a little longer in previous weeks, but we finally have some very gettable birdie distances, to be quite honest with you. So number 4, strokes gained approach 150 to 175 is our sweet spot this week for approach. And number 5, par 4 scoring 350 to 400 yards. That's the first time that's made an appearance on this list because we have the shortest par 4s per capita on tour. The distance is exaggerated with these 4 par 5s, but in essence, we have some very short par 4s, some shot shaping par 4s. So number 5 is par 4 scoring 350 to 400 yards. As far as value goes this week on DraftKings, we have an 156 player field with a lot of top players out, so DraftKings pricing appears to be a lot sharper on those top tier players. There's less value to go around, but there's surely enough to fill out our lineups. Let's get right to it. 8,500 or less as always on DraftKings. Number 1, Max Homa, 8,300. He's 11th in par 5 scoring. He's 54th in eagles per, and he's 69th off the tee. 150. Those may not sound great on the surface, but those are both good for top 30 and top 40 respectively in this field. He's also in a great spot to bounce back, so I like him at 8,300. And number 2, Cameron Tringali, 8,100 on DraftKings. He's 43rd in par 5 scoring. He's got a little bit of course history here. We've only got 2 sample sizes, but it appears he might have an eye for the course. So 8,100 is a little low. And number 3 is Brendan Todd, 7,900 on DraftKings. He's 23rd in par 5 scoring. He's also 27th in eagles per, and in this field that's quite highly rated. He's at 7,900, a little too low for DraftKings. He's known for an accurate driver off the tee. Pretty good price there on DraftKings. And our 4th value pick this week is Sepp Straka, 7,700 on DraftKings, 43rd in par 5 scoring. He's also 16th rank in eagles per par 5. He's got back-to-back top 25s at Detroit Golf Club, so lock him in for value at 7,700 on DK. Our final value pick of the week is Luke List, 7,300. He's 23rd in par 5 scoring. He's also 11th in eagles per hole. He's got the most eagles on 5s this year on tour. He's due for a bounce back, so let's lock him in, 7,300 value DraftKings. And so now that we got our value picks, let's get our contrarian picks rolling this week. We've got, to start it off, Danny Willett, 7,400 on DraftKings. He's 23rd in par 5 scoring, and if you look at his recent history, he is returning to form. He will be low owned, as will Brian Stewart, our second contrarian pick, at 7,000 on DraftKings. He's played a ton on this course. This is basically his home course. Lock him in for value and leverage at 7,000 on DraftKings. Number 3, Henrik Norlander, 6,800 on DraftKings. Another low-owned player this week. 43rd in eagles per. He's moved up to 12th from 20th in approach from 175 to 150, and at 6,800 should be very low owned. Lock him in your lineups as well. Number 4, Joseph Bramlett, 6,700 on DK. He's 36th off the tee. He's 19th in eagles per, and those two categories are critical this week. 6,700 is just too low, and his percentage is also too low. And our final contrarian pick this week is Satoshi Kodaira, 6,800 on DraftKings. The pricing algorithm is broke yet again. He's coming off 3 of 4 top 20s. He's 17th in par 4 scoring from 350 to 400 yards. He is 12th in approach from 175 yards to 150 yards. He's at 6,800. He should be at 7,500, and if he doesn't perform well, drop below 7,000, but here we are at 6,800 yet again. He was 3.3% owned last week, and on our picks, he's showing 6% ownership right now, and if that holds, we definitely can gain more leverage on the field at 6,800 on DK. And so this week, we have 10 golfers for your DraftKings lineups. We've got 5 value picks, 5 contrarian picks to get leverage. Please get these golfers rotating in and out of your builds. We will get you additional value. Thank you for joining me. Please like and subscribe. Join us again next week. Good luck.